Cowabunga kids, Jeremy here with another cool art project. What we're going to be doing today is a little thing called acrylic pouring. Previously we've done hydro dipping. This is another really cool thing that you can do. Let's look at some materials. I have one of the things that I'm going to acrylic pour. I have another thing. I have my Floetrol, which I will explain to you in detail. I have my acrylic paint, which is why it gets its name. I have my cups. I have my stirs, and I have a colander. We'll discuss all that in the next video, guys. See you then. Beep. Hi, guys. All right, we're going to go ahead with the second video. I have my Floetrol. Floetrol is very cool. It is a binding agent, and it's also a dilutant. It makes sure the paint doesn't crack. You can find it at Walmart also as painter's medium. That's something you can do. Whenever you're mixing the individual paints, I have 2 cups already poured out here. I have the gray that I'm going to use, and I have equal parts Floetrol. However, before I dump the Floetrol in, I need to strain it to make sure there are not any lumps. That's the process I'm going to show you right now. Already measured it, so we're good. I'm going to take my adorable little colander here, and I'm going to dump it in, and we're going to watch. Should start going in. Alright guys, we've done our half Floetrol, half color. We have the black here, we have the white here, it's a little hard to tell, and I have the gray in my hand. I'm going to mix them together, and then I'm going to put them in one of the larger cups, and we'll almost be ready. Alright guys, I have my colors mixed with the Floetrol. I'm going to pour it into a big cup. When I pour it into the big cup, I'm going to try to layer it. In order to layer it, you pour it, and then you just pour it down the sides, and it'll stack. Alright, we're going to start with the white. You'll see it flows pretty well. It's kind of like, honestly, it's like warm honey is the best way to describe it. Okay, there's some white. I'm going to come over a little bit to the side. There's some black. All right, I'm going to keep going until I got all my colors all gone. And then we'll be ready for the next step, guys. All right, guys, I have one version of doing this where we put it all in the cup. I have what I'm going to paint on top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to slowly remove the cup while moving in a small circular pattern. Ready? All right, it has not covered everything yet. Can keep that down for a little bit longer, actually. And what I'm going to do is, while it's trying to cover it, I'm just going to wait for a little bit. If there's anything I need to do, I can move it around for a second. Not a big deal. Looks pretty awesome, though. All right, guys, you can see my awesome pattern that's starting. The paint's kind of sitting in the center, so I'm just going to start to move it a little bit. Just to try to get all parts. It's one of the reasons why I have the gloves on, because this is a particularly messy part. Almost got it completely covered. I'm sorry if it's a weird angle. I'm focusing more on making sure it's spread out evenly than the camera getting a great view. I got one last little corner. I gotta really turn it to that side, guys. It'll be just a second, you'll be able to see it. Alright guys, you can see I have my paints picked out for the W that we're going to do. There's my W. We made sure it was nice and flat on here. We're going to do a different method though. Previously we did the cup because we had a cool, easy, flat surface where we could do that. Much more difficult one on this one, we're going to use a bag. We're going to pour this stuff in a bag. We're going to snip the edge like we're doing icing, and we're going to run it along it. Thing I still have left to do, I'm going to put the Floetrol down in equal parts. I'll come back and I'll show you guys the process of me doing it. Sounds good. All right, guys, now I'm going to pour my paint in like I did on the other one, where I'm going to stagger it. Just kind of pour it on the side. There's some green. Try not to get it everywhere. There's some purple. Here's another green that I have. And finally, a plum. All right, once I have my paint in, I'm going to seal it up and I'm going to cut the tip. All right, guys, we'll be back for another video showing that in just a second. All right, guys, I'm spreading my paint on. It's going to start coming out in different colors. I'm going to kind of push it a little bit, let it go, let it spread. It'll keep going. It's going to look really cool. Nice and easy. Comes off on its own. You don't have to do anything. It's like that warm honey texture that we were talking about. That is awesome looking. Holy hot dogs. I love that. The game plan is whenever this all dries, give yourself about 24 hours for that too, guys. We're going to hot glue them together and we're going to have a cool sign for our front porch. I love these colors. Holy moly. All right, guys. Thanks. I want to see what you can make.